is Valentina from Glosa, and today we're going to explore the pose of Ustrasana, camel pose. Ustra means camel in Sanskrit and asana means posture. Ustrasana is a deep back bend and an opener for the thoracic spine, which is our upper part of our back. It's also a shoulder opener, and it requires abdominal strength, thigh engagement, so quadricep activation, as well as hamstring, both lengthening and strengthening. So lots of things that come into play in this posture. There are some basic concepts that we'll be exploring in this video to better instruct and understand the pose. Anytime we get into a back bend, we want to start to think about a thoracic wheel into our upper back. And there are three components to this thoracic wheel. One of them is the sternum reaching up, so lengthening the part of our chest. Second is the tops of our shoulders drawing back. And third is the shoulder blades right onto our back, pressing in towards our chest and moving up. So I'm going to show you two different postures, actually three, that we can use to warm up for the final pose of Ustrasana, okay? So one of them is going to be Bhujangasana Cobra pose. You'll come lying flat on your stomach, bring your legs hips distance apart, place your hands underneath your elbows, and on your next inhale, come up, lift the center of your chest, draw the tops of your shoulders back, pull your shoulder, bring the shoulder blades in towards the chest, legs are strong, core is engaged. Take another inhale and exhale, come down. Do that a few times. You can do that dynamically, which is easier, or a breath, and it will give you a good warming up at the upper body level. Secondly, you want to be sitting in Virasana, which is Hira's pose, so that you can start to stretch the quads and the thighs, as well as creating some room into the knee ligaments. So you want to bring your knees together, feet apart, tops of the head comes down, move your calf flash out and back, and come sitting behind in between your heels with the knees and thighs aligned with each other. Now, if that's not an option for you because you have knee sensitivity or injuries, you'll take a block from the wider side and place it in between your heels, okay? So this should make the posture more accessible. If one block is not enough, you'll place two blocks and however many you need in order to elevate your hips and be able to hold the posture comfortably. The third posture that we'll use to warm up our body for Ustrasana camel pose is a variation of Ardha Vikasana. There's many ways that it is known by, but it's a deep quadricep and hip flexor stretch. So you'll come and lie on the side and get on the side of the wall with your knees bent. Bend the left knee in this case and place it right outside the thigh and step your right foot forward, okay? So you'll be into this lunge, and here you can have two variations. One, you'll come as far back as you can towards the wall, getting a lot of lengthening into the quadricep. The second option is that you'll come forward and bend deeper into the front leg. This is going to open into the hip flexor, which is also another big part of the body that needs to be receptive in Ustrasana camel pose, which is our apex pose for today. To come out, you'll lie on the side and then proceed to do the same thing on the other side. So really quickly, I'll turn towards the side of the wall, bend my right knee. This posture is basically what we just got into earlier, seated Virasana, but obviously taking it a notch more intensely. Okay, so here I can either lean back and stretch into my quadricep and breathe. I can even reach my arms up and overhead, or just simply come down and get into a deeper lunge position. Make sure that my knee is aligned over the ankle. Okay, so at home, you'll want to take your time and explore these postures a little bit more. We're now getting into the final pose for today's video. I want to show you a variation of the wall, which I find to be very effective. So for that, you'll need a blanket just for padding for the knees, and potentially two blocks. You may or may not end up using them, okay? So for this one, you'll come straight up against the wall, and you're going to have your thighs attached to the wall at all times. Now, for starters, I'm going to reach my arms up and overhead to lengthen the sides of my body. I reach with my fingertips up, take a deep inhale, and as I exhale, I basically come into Bhujangasana Cobra pose, just like I did a moment ago on the ground. Here I press into my palms and I come back to my thoracic wheel. So the tops of my shoulders draw back, my sternum reaches up, and my shoulder blades are pressing in towards the chest and up. This is a good start for somebody who is starting to practice these deeper kinds of back bends. Next, I like to take my thumbs right at the crease of my armpits, at my armpit chest area, and once again create this wheel at my upper back. This is my thoracic spine. Okay, take another inhale. Now here there's a few variations. One could be I just take my hands to my hamstrings, the part behind my thighs, and keep working on my back bend. My legs are strong, both my quadriceps and my hamstrings, and my core is tight. I slide my head back, and I can just work on my back bend from here, okay? If that is not enough, I can place the blocks right outside my ankles and take my back bend a little bit deeper. My thighs will stay in contact with the wall the whole time. If I'm here and I could go for more, then I'll take my hands to my heels and work my posture a little bit deeper. To come out, you'll come up to the wall slowly and just come sitting on your heels for a moment and let your spine reset.